Good morning from Juneau. So today is what is today? I think it's day 5 of the cruise. 20 millionth of this trip in general. I lost count a long time ago of the whole number. But today we are in Juneau, as you might have guessed. And we are doing a whale watching and wilderness quest port adventure. So once we get home in the editing, I will, Rowan's alarm's going off. I was like, what is that noise? Yeah. I will put the proper name and the excursion number in the description and in the video as well. So we have to meet at the Walt Disney Theater on deck 4 at 11. It's a 3-hour and 15-minute excursion, which will be nice. So what we're going to do is actually try sit-down breakfast this morning. We generally have done cabanas just because it's been easier and convenient, but I think we're all a little bit cashed out on cabanas. So we're going to try Triton's sit-down breakfast, and then we're actually going to go into the city because we don't have to meet till 11. So we're going to go into the city. I got something in particular I'm trying to find, so we'll hopefully find that in the city. Anything else that strikes our fancy, and then get back on the ship and meet with our group at the Walt Disney Theater at 11. So yeah, we'll take you along with us for the day, and hopefully we will get to see some awesome whales.
They're really hard to find, really hard to track. They're constantly moving, not quite as big as our humpback friends. You guys are going to get a really pretty view here of Hawk Lake down to the right. Pretty small little lake, very shallow as well, which means that it actually heats up pretty nicely on the warmer days. So Hawk in the Tlingit language means lake, but we didn't know that when the Americans first got here. They were asking the Tlingits, as they went around, okay, what do you call this? What's this called? And so when we asked what they called that, they said Hawk. So we called it Hawk Lake. We didn't know that Hawk just meant lake. So yeah, that's Lake. This is Hawk Bay out here to the left. Yep, Lake Bay. This is one of my favorite views here. Here around the corner, we'll see over this harbor that's here in Hawk Bay. It's called Pattern Harbor. A lot of people will dock their fishing boats out here, recreational boats. There's also 2 massive sailboats. They must have just arrived today because they weren't here yesterday. You'll see them here in a second.
Gas is $4.99.
So kind of scattered all along the coast here in Juneau, especially northern Juneau. Back in the mining days, lots of the gold mines and silver and copper mines were out off the coast, but everyone lives here on the Juneau side, here on the mainland. And so they would ferry people, workers, back and forth using these mining docks, kind of as little ferry terminals and fueling docks. And so this whale watching company, they bought one of these old ones, and they were able to kind of convert it for their uses. So now it's their little home base for their whale watching operation. It is a fueling dock, like I mentioned, guys. They keep thousands of gallons of fuel underneath the surface of where we're going to be driving. So they've asked no smoking. We don't want to lighten the whole place up. But it's really cool. The whole thing's floating out on the water. We're going to drive right out onto it. And then you guys will get off the bus. You'll get down onto the whale watching boat. We're going to be there with that bus that's behind us. Potentially join another bus as well. They're very large boats, though. They can hold like 200 people. There are 3 restrooms on the boats. There are also complimentary snacks that they'll have for you guys, treats, and then there's also some that are available for purchase. They also, I don't recommend this, but they have their own version of a margarita on there. They call it a glaciarita. Like I said, I don't recommend it, but I hear the more of those you have, the more whales you see.
do not keep that overboard. That's it. Do you know Willows actually sleep like this?
I did not know that.
They don't sleep on their side or backwards. They legit sleep straight up.
That's your whale fact for the day with Ashton. If he tells you penguins don't have knees, don't believe him.
You have to pay now.
I get your own stuff.
What's the whale?
Oh, there's a big fin.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is there too.
Oh my gosh, that looks great. Oh my!
That's your one.
Oh, that's so cool. That's great. There it goes again. That's all it's cute. Oh, that's cool.
Bite me like a whale. I see tail and fins. Oh, wait. Some whale. Wait, don't.
Oh, I see one. Where? Oh, I see a really good one. The probably looks like birds that are sitting on the water. Eat one. You can't see it off the back. I heard that one. Oh, wow. Oh, another one. Oh, and another one. You can see like the top of the tail. Oh. Ooh. I saw that. I saw that. Knocking. I can't tell if that's far away or close.
It's not too bad.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I can see a big piece of it. Yeah.
Alright, bye, Juneau. Trying to get out of the reflection. A little better. Nope, not really. Alright. Well, Juneau was beautiful. I actually really liked the city part of Juneau too. It was really cute. So our excursion was good. I was hoping to see maybe a bit more, but you just never know with those things. Sometimes it can be really out of the park, and sometimes it can be really not that great. I think we were kind of in the middle. We saw 4 to 5 different whales, and it was mostly like, you know, their water shooting up in the air, their tails, you know, sometimes part of their fin. Ashton thinks he saw part of one of their faces, their mouth. So, and then we saw a seal. The seal was actually probably a highlight because he was taking a fish and like shaking it in his mouth at the birds, like, haha, I have the fish. And then the birds got one of his other fish. So the birds kind of got the last laugh in the end, but it was cute. The staff that were really nice also on that excursion. And then I got a Pandora charm for Alaska. I tried to get one for places that I've traveled to. I'm not always super successful. Like, I don't go real far out of my way to get that charm. But I was able to get one for LA, Disneyland, and now for Alaska. So I just got kind of a generic. I didn't want to get one that was like Ketchikan Pacific or Juneau Pacific or Skagway. So it was kind of an overarching one. Yeah, it's cute. It's got a bear on it. So tomorrow we have an excursion. It is crab boating excursion, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then it ends with a crab feast. So Rowan will, well, both the boys really like that. So tonight and this was kind of an early all aboard. We had to be all aboard 4:45. So we're actually rolling out, and it's about 5:15. So pretty quick out of here today. Tomorrow, tonight. So we have the Frozen, the musical show tonight. And then we have dinner at Tiana's, and it's going to be the Mardi Gras theme tonight, which will be fun. And that's really about it. Yeah, I was trying to think if I had anything else. I have a couple things else on my, when you go into the app and you heart the things you want to do, I have a couple things hearted. One thing I do want to talk to you guys about is internet. Internet. So I bought the large internet package like shortly after we got on. You get free 50 megabytes, which is like maybe one post on, you know, Facebook or Instagram, and you're good. Like it's eating up. So did that, and then I bought the large, and that actually lasted a few days. So then, not yesterday, but the day before, I bought another large internet package. And when we got back from like our excursion, so being out in Skagway all day on cellular, not on the Wi-Fi here on the ship, it said I had no internet left, and this was 1,000 megabyte package. I was like, this is not right. So Connect at Sea was closed at that point, which is also misleading, so I'll explain that part to you in a second. So Connect at Sea was closed when we got back after dinner, and I noticed it. So Rowan and I went down this morning after breakfast, which we actually did sit down breakfast in Triton's today, which is pretty nice, and I'll explain more about that in a second. But the Connect at Sea, the sign is misleading. You actually have to go to guest services. So we went to guest services, told the gentleman, you know, what was going on, and I also had another issue with the app. Something's going on with my screen time on my phone. I gotta figure that out. But he said because I did logoff.com, like it tells you to do on the website, that doesn't always work. So the whole time it was like pulling data from the website that you purchase plans on, that you check your usage on. What? Like that is, it's ludicrous to me. But he made it right. He gave me 1,000 megabytes back, which he didn't have to do that. Like, you know, I even said like legitimately you probably used like 100 before, you know, it said it was all gone, but he gave me the whole 1,000. So, and I've done everything I can do with my phone. I constantly am closing things that are running in the background. If you have automatic updates on your phone, take those off too. Close all your tabbies on your Safari or your whatever search portal you use. Close those all out, and don't use logoff.com. This is the newest thing I learned. I want to do like some more research on these internet plans and find out some more information, because I feel like we're doing something wrong. I get sucked down so much. But yeah, good day. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, we're eating at Tiana's tonight. It's the Mardi Gras menu. Thank you. So here's the kids menu. Alright, Rowan and I got the shrimp and grits to start and the sausage fritters. Alright, I got the salad wedge. Rowan got the soup, so hopefully they didn't forget. We'll bring you that soon, hopefully. So yeah, let's let you know. We really liked the shrimp and grits. The sausage fritters are but the shrimp and grits were on point. Alright, I got the Creole chicken. Rowan got the pasta, which is very gardeny. Ashton got the prime rib, which his potato is looking amazing. We'll let you know what we think. My salad was good. Rowan didn't really like his tomato soup. I tried it. I thought it was pretty good. But okay. But he's more used to like water-based tomato soups. And this was a cream-based, so that was kind of the difference for him.
Some vanilla ice cream. Okay, alright. You know the adult menu we have beignet.
Yeah.
See you.
We got the beignets for dessert. We actually got 3 desserts, so we both got beignets. We're gonna share some banana Foster sundae, and then here's the Mama Odie bread pudding. Entrees. Rowan liked his simple garden pasta. My chicken was good. It was a lot. There was kind of like a cornbread loaf on there. It tasted good, but it was a bit dry, but it tasted good. Ashton, how was your prime rib? I tried his twice baked potato. That was pretty good. Yeah. And Ashton got the kids' apple pie. And for an adult, there's a great personality. Kids' apple pie, and then he asks them to a la mode it. So he's eating his a la mode. How's the beignets?
Good.
Is it better than the bubblegum ones? I'm taking that as like, this is really close to your face. I'm taking that as a no. Are they better than Disneyland?
Sure.
Huh. So it sounds like they're not better than Jazz Kitchen, but they're better than Disneyland. So let's see. Hello everybody, good evening. So today's towel animal is a turtle with Ashton sunglasses. Very cute. I don't know if I ever showed this, but this is the bed that comes down from the ceiling. The kids say that it's not, you know, both beds are not extremely comfortable, but I'm enjoying not having to share a bed with a kid. It's been nice. Recap on our evening. So we had dinner at Tiana's tonight, and I think that was our favorite, at least my favorite. I think it was Ron's too. Favorite menu so far. It just had some more familiar things to it, and like subtle like tastes, if that makes sense. Like, there was a salad that actually had just Thousand Island, which I was like, yes, that is what I want, just Thousand Island or French or something, you know. a little more simple. So the shrimp and grits were really good as well. Great appetizer. This might be a hot take, but the beignets I've heard lots of great things about, and they're good. They're very fried. It makes me think of a fair or a carnival, like donuts you would buy there, or like an elephant ear almost, but with powdered sugar instead of like a cinnamon sugar. So they weren't my favorite. I actually really like the beignets better at Jazz Kitchen in downtown Disney. Those were amazing. And I think I even like Disneyland's more. I've never had the ones at French Quarter, Port Orleans, at Disney World. I'm hoping that we'll get to stay there maybe next November or the following year for the Disney Nerds meetup. But yeah, I ended up giving mine to Rowan. I really liked the white chocolate bread pudding. It doesn't have a lot of a flavor, but I really do like the contrast when you have bread pudding that's warm with cold ice cream. That was good. And then for a sundae, I kind of think sundaes are a little weird again on a cruise because I can make those at home, but the banana foster sundae was really good. Our food was good. The waiter did kind of advise against what Rowan got, which was kind of that pasta, because there's no sauce on it. It's just real like noodles and lots of different vegetables. But he said he liked it, so there you go. Sometimes you have to go with your gut. They always give a recommendation, the servers do, and what I've heard is when you do your survey at the end of the cruise, if you mark down the food, the server like sort of gets in trouble with Disney. So they always are trying to give you like their favorite, their recommendations. We barely go with his recommendations, but our server is amazing. His name's Dee Dee, and then the assistant server is Lulu. They're both great, both super friendly, they're both really engaging. Ashton was kind of in a funk at dinner tonight. Him and his brother got into a little spat. I had to scold him, so he was kind of mopey. So they knew that he wasn't like his normal self, or the family was kind of not their normal self. So they tried to help, like bring up the mood, and they definitely did. The show tonight was like a little parade that you guys would have saw if Rowan got up. Ashton had already left and went to Vibe, so he missed that whole thing. But it was cute. And so the Frozen show was great. Ashton didn't go. He was like, Frozen, I'm kind of sick of Frozen, which there's a lot of Frozen focus on this cruise because it's Alaska. It's cold in Alaska. So there's the Maypole show, and then there's the little stage show that's only like 15 minutes, and then this musical, which I know some of the other crews, like not just exclusive to Alaska. So, but we really liked it. Rowan and I both liked it, actually. He was kind of like, oh, I don't want to hear, all the songs from the movie, but they're all there. But it's just fun. How I don't think they've ever experienced like a Broadway show before. I'm trying to think if that's true, other than like the Golden Mickeys earlier in the cruise. I think that might be true. Rowan was real little. We took him to a place called Turkeyville that does like a dinner theater, and they've done some other dinner theater. So I guess they've kind of into Broadway shows. But like the way that they changed Elsa's dress from like her coronation dress to her blue dress was super cool. There was like these little puppets to show the Anna, Elsa, Sven, Kristoff as children. It was super cute, especially the Sven one. I mean, Sven was cute the whole time, how they did that. So yeah, and if you want to get the confetti on you, you want to feel the snow, you're going to want to be in the lower half of the Walt Disney Theater. So probably rows 1 through 20, maybe 30. I'm not sure how far it goes down there, but you want to be in that lower section. We were up, so we didn't get, the snow or the confetti, which we're fine with. But if you want that, you want to be down there. At the end of the performance, everybody stood up and gave them a standing ovation. So I think everybody really loved the show. I asked Rowan if he liked Golden Mickey's better or Frozen. He said Golden Mickey's. I'm leaning more towards Frozen. We have Dreams. I think it's tomorrow night. So we'll have all 3 of the cruises then, or cruises of the shows then, and then we can rank them for you guys. So yeah, I went to 90s movie trivia, or music trivia tonight. I think it's late, my brain is not functioning well. 90s did it again, music trivia tonight, and that was so much fun. It was like a packed house. You had, you know, quite a generational mix in there, and it was fun. I did not win. Like I said, I don't think I'm ever going to win any of these trivia, but it was good. I'm a big movie, did it again, music person, especially 90s, 2000s. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, it was good. Also did some shopping after the Frozen show. Shouldn't have done, but I did it. Yeah, I think that was about it. One thing that's kind of cool, up at the Pete's Boiler Bites, they have a daily special. So like yesterday was a Philly. It was like a loose representation of a Philly. And then today they had a pulled pork, which wasn't bad. It was pretty tangy. So I ate about half of it, and then I gave it to Rowan and stole one of his pieces of pizza. I think that's about it. I'm trying to think of anything else that you guys need to know for today. We also went to one of the game shows. It was in the D Lounge. That's more like the family atmosphere in there. And it was like Frozen themed, and it was like a brother and sister, and I think the other two maybe were strangers to each other, but they were kids. And so one would see a name like Strawberry up on the screen behind them, and they had to describe it to the other kid without saying the word strawberry. But then they got into like more Frozen specific, so like words that describe cold. So like parka and something. Like kids know what a parka is. Windshield was also was a hard one for them to try to explain. So it was cute and fun to watch them do that. So yeah, there is, if you guys do this cruise or any cruise on the Wonder, if the staff stayed the same, there is a photographer with shutters named Des, D-E-S. She's super fun, and it does amaze me like how well all the cast members really, but like certain staff in particular, really remember your name, your family, like your kids' name. And it's like, we only ran into her a couple times, but Ashton must have ran into her a little bit more often. But she's like real fun and outgoing. So if you ever run into Des, definitely talk to her. Get your picture taken by her. She's a lot of fun. So I think that's about it for tonight. So we'll roll into our resource. Tomorrow we are in Ketchikan, and we have a crabbing excursion. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you know when that video goes live. And now we will go into the resource for today. So thank you.
All right, so today's resource is not going to be a particular resource like I've done in most of the other videos. So today is going to be about domestic violence, as we are in October. See all my lovely leaves. So we're in October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I shared a few other resources related to domestic violence you can see in the previous videos. But I just also want to share that a lot of communities do have some sort of domestic violence shelter or coalition program. Some of them have statewide ones, some of them it's just localized. But they're a great option to reach out to because they're going to have legal services sometimes, you know, in addition to the shelter, support groups, counseling, sometimes support groups for the children, education programs, you know, for prevention, sometimes for, you know, teenagers, classes on intimate partner, you know, violence and dating. So it's definitely worth checking out your local options. You know, those national ones are nice to have, you know, a little bit more anonymous to them. But if you know, need something a little bit more specialized locally, you know, please definitely check with your local domestic violence shelter or coalition. All right. Thank you. Please let me know if you have any questions.